I was doing I was doing the same thing.
It's
Good
like dancing.
evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome again to Friday night. I'm so excited. Normally we do Spirit Talk, and it's just me, but what a great day to do Spirit Talk with a friend and a peer. And I'm so excited to have Lisa on today. And guys, I'm going to say hello to everybody. So please tell us where you're watching from, because it's great for Lisa to know. And we'll get going, and then we'll start in a couple minutes. All right, here we go. Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. And guys, come on in. Grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your juice, grab whatever you want to grab. I got my water too. What do you got? What are you drinking?
Water.
Hot water. Okay. Hot water. Like hot water. Good for you. Cheers. So we are here today, and we're going to talk about enhancing your sixth sense. Now that is really cool. Oh, look at everybody saying hello. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're in California, Petaluma. Did I say that right?
Oh, I don't never heard of Petaluma. Okay.
I like that name. Yeah. Hello, Leslie from Newark, Ohio. Good to see you. Ellen Jane, hello.
Priscilla, I was born in Ohio.
You were?
From Ohio, yes.
Awesome. We're in
2 people.
Where in Ohio?
I was born in Dayton, Ohio. Well, in
Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. That's where my family is.
From Disney World.
Disney World. Woohoo!
Okay. C. Hi, C. And we have Lisa and Elias. I don't know who Teresa is, but we'll say hi to her too. Okay.
Oh, okay. That was Claudette. The first person. Teresa was the first person. They must be saying hello to her.
Oh, hello, Teresa. Okay. Claudette, hello from Hawaii. Nicole, good evening. Bonsoir. Dina, hello. Hi, Janelle, Dina. Aloha from Hawaii.
Hi, Janelle.
Bryan's Road, Maryland.
Wow. Okay. Here's another one. My mother was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in Annapolis. And I lived in Annapolis for a long time, which is very close to Bryan's Road. And a good friend of mine lives in Bryan's Road, Maryland.
Look at this.
Hey, so that's Dina. Such a small world, right?
Small world. Here's another Ohio person. Hello, Phyllis.
Oh my gosh, Phyllis.
I'm not watching, but listening through my car while I pick up dinner in Sterling. Ooh, all right, Mandy. Good to hear you, sort of, kind of. Mandy. Hello, Mandy. Sue from Southern California. Drinking grapefruit bubbly water. I love it. Dee Dee, always good to see you. Kathy, good to see you, my friend. And Beth, hello. And hi. Sharon, hello.
Hi, Sharon.
Where are we? Daniel, good to see you, my friend. And guys, I'm going to have to fling up and then come all the way down, because sometimes we miss people. And this is how, in this weird way, it works with...
we don't want to miss anyone.
No, we don't want to miss anyone. All right. So I think I stalled enough. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And I want to tell you, I'm excited we had a little preview, a tiny little preview with Lisa the other day. I'm sounding like my mom. A couple weeks ago. And Lisa and I met with Dougal Fraser's group. And it's like a spiritual coaching group. Yep. And there are 14 of us, just phenomenal people. And
so amazing.
Amazing. And guys, oops, wrong way. Lisa is going to be my booth neighbor at the Portland Body, Mind, Spirit Expo. I'm so glad that you're doing it.
I am so excited.
And you're also doing a talk, right?
Yeah, mine is on Sunday morning. I noticed yours is in the afternoon on Sunday.
Right.
I chose the morning, and now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'm like the first one. So we'll see how well attended it is.
And tell everybody what you're talking about.
So I've been teaching mindfulness and meditation for many years, and I also am an astrologer. So I'm going to combine the two and talk about, based on what your Mercury placement is, which is how you think, how you know how your mind works, and combine that with mindfulness and kind of help people figure out what the best type of mindfulness practices for them based on how their brain works.
And what's the best way if they need to learn like where their Mercury is? How do you figure that out?
Well, I have a video that's available to people that they can they can watch to learn how to do that. It's if you go to my website, there's a link on there to my astrology website, which is Higher Wisdom Astrology. Yeah, that's my regular website. And my astrology website, I have two websites, is higherwisdomastrology.com. And on there there's a link that you can get to get access to the free video. Teaches you how to run your chart, also how to sort of read like some of the different components. It's like a little circle chart. So, yeah, that's my
And that
Instagram. Yep.
that's her Instagram. And Priscilla, can we put
Priscilla found me.
she did. And Priscilla, can we put down please the higher wisdom? That would be good too. Thank you. So interesting. I've wondered how different minds work. See? Fascinating, Sue, isn't it? So we're going to talk tonight. First of all, I want people to get to know a little bit about you. Hi, Diane in Asheville, North Carolina. I love Asheville, North Carolina. My friend, who I went to massage school with, she owns Asheville Bee Charmers. So if you've heard of that,
I've never
really
been
good.
to Asheville.
Delicious honey. She even has a honey bar where they have like tastings, like a wine bar, where they have tasting of all the honey.
Oh,
Very,
I need to
very
go
cool.
there.
Yeah,
I love
really, really
honey.
cool. Me too.
Wow.
I love you. I had to step away. What would you like me to post? No problem. You want to tell her the website once again?
My website for my astrology site is higherwisdomastrology.com. And that's where people can book like readings, the different types of readings that I offer. And I believe I have a link on there to get to my free do-it-yourself astrology chart. So it's a video that just teaches you how to run your astrology chart and how to sort of understand the different pieces of it. Because normally when you get your chart, you look at it and you're like, what is all of this?
Right.
So I go through all the different pieces and explain it. And if I'll post something. If I don't have it on there, I'll post it on there within the next day. But I'm pretty sure I have a link on there. Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I got my chart, all I knew is the basics. I knew my sun sign, my ascendant or rising sign, and my moon. And that was it. And
those are the most important.
Okay. And here you go.
Higher Wisdom Astrology. There you go. Yay.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank
you. She's on it.
She is.
So tell me, how did you get started in all this?
Well, I actually was, I think I mentioned this on the last Facebook Live. I was a software engineer for almost 30 years, but I've always dabbled in self-help and sort of metaphysical, practiced yoga for years. But it wasn't until my mom died about 10 years ago that I really started to connect to spirit, sense energy. I became an energy healer. I, started teaching mindfulness and meditation, even at Honeywell where I worked. I was working with the HR group to create a meditation program for the employees to practice. But I got laid off. The universe was like, okay, it's time for you to go out and do this instead. I wasn't happy. I was not happy with the job anymore. So it was a good thing. It was a blessing. And now I have my coaching business. I got certified in coaching, got my ICF certification, and took a lot of astrology training through Deborah Silverman because I've always been fascinated with astrology. Decided to go deeper with that, and because I was already doing readings for people just because I had such a deep understanding. So I went and got some training also through Deborah Silverman, and so now I do readings and I combine the astrology with the coaching. So a lot of times I'll use astrology as the basis because it's kind of like your divine blueprint, and it can tell you a lot. It can tell you a lot about how you are, but also maybe where you're going too, life purpose. There's a lot that you can learn, and so we can use that if clients want to, and most clients do. We use that as a guide for the coaching, so that they can, and then they come with things that they want to work on. But we use that with that knowing that better understanding. So yeah.
That's cool. Let me
Yeah.
mention something really quick. Guys,
Okay.
remember, you have to be here till the end because I'm going to be giving away something. And I think Lisa is too.
I
And
am.
so you guys have to be present. So Facebook user, please let us know your first name. Mary, hello. Abby, I owe you an apology. Abby, first time ever, I have an iPhone, and the iPhone butterfingers, and it slipped into the dog's water bowl. So it's
Oh,
been drying out, and I apologize for you. I'm like, oh my God, how do I get a hold of you? And I was like, oh, dial your email. And I fell asleep, took a little nap, was healing the voice for tonight. And
Elias, this is
here you
quite the
go.
story. It
Only
doesn't.
me with what? 7 days before I leave for the Pacific Northwest to back up.
Wow.
So only me. I'm like, yay for me. Yay, 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 yay. Um, Maria. Hi, Maria. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. What a great
Oh,
smile you
hey,
have.
Maria. Yes.
Um, Open book. Yep, I am an open book. Thank you, Abby. No worries. Irma, good evening. Good evening.
Good.
So how do we oh, I didn't say hi. Hi, Mary. Mary Lycos. I like your
Hi,
last name, Mary
Mary.
Lycos.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm making a Greek, Mary Lycos. Okay. Um, so enhancing your sixth sense. We all have a sixth sense. I would, I
Yeah.
would, um, I would say that a lot of us tap in without even knowing it. And those of you that are
Yeah.
parents, you tap into your kids, you know when something's wrong, you feel
Mhm.
it, right?
Mhm.
How would you say for you, how do you help or enhance your own sixth sense?
I would say the biggest thing is the mindfulness and the meditation, getting quiet, getting out of my head. I call that voice in my head the storyteller. It has so many stories. It has an opinion about everything. It's
I like it.
constantly it's
I like it.
constantly talking.
And if you are Greek, it's story times two. That's what happens in this brain. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So
I'm sorry.
getting quiet, as often as I can, um, with through meditation and mindfulness. So I've been practicing meditation and teaching meditation for several years, and I meditate at least once a day, and usually
Mhm.
a couple of times a day. But I now also do mindfulness workshops and help people learn how to just be mindful because a lot of people can't meditate.
Oh
Meditating's
yeah,
not
I
for
know.
everybody. I kind of see it as a form of mindfulness because it's quieting the mind, it's being in the present moment. And when you're meditating, you are in the present moment because that voice in your head, some people call it the ego, it can't
Right.
exist at the same time if you're in the present moment. Like it basically does not exist in the present moment. So if you're really being in the present moment and you're paying attention to whatever it is, that you're shining your flashlight on, I like to say,
Hmm.
then that voice is quiet. That's when the voice is quiet.
And for many people, and I'm just speaking generally speaking, everybody, some people think they have to do this.
Yeah, and sit in lotus pose.
Oh, right. For me, meditation for me is meditation for me is, I could be washing dishes.
Yeah.
I could be ironing. I mean, that takes me into a place where it's like my best thoughts come when I'm washing dishes
Right.
or ironing. And it's so fascinating to just like zone zone out, but then clue in, if that makes
Right.
sense.
So when you say your best thought, so I want to be careful to explain this because, and I know you already know this, but a lot of people think, oh yeah, I love like going for a walk because I get some of my best thinking done. Well, what are you doing when you're walking? Are you thinking? Are you purposefully going over in your mind the plan for tomorrow's birthday party, or are you being present? So when you're being present and you're paying attention to like the birds or the trees or the weight of your body on your feet as you're walking, that's when what you're talking about happens. The thoughts just zoop,
Right.
like that's when
Exactly.
you're getting guidance. That's when guidance pops in. So it's more like insights as opposed to thinking, right?
Exactly.
Does that
Very,
make sense?
very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear. Mary says, I am Greek. Oh, bravo. Yes, yes. Okay. Welcome, Mary. Facebook user, good evening. Hello.
Hello,
I
Facebook
wish I
user.
knew my time of birth to have an accurate chart.
Yeah, there are people that specialize in helping you figure that out.
Okay.
Deborah Silverman, if you go to her website, she has like a list of um, certified astrologers, people who are certified through her. And there's a lady on there who that's what she does. I don't remember what her name is, but she
Wow.
specializes. You can get a reading with her where she helps you figure out what your birth time is.
That's really good. And you know what I had to do? I had to meet my birth mother. I went to Athens, Greece to go to go get it. And then,
Wow.
yeah, and after my mom died, a year later, I was like, okay, I need to have my chart done. So
Yeah.
I found my birth mother. I talked to her for a year, flew to Greece, and then we went to the hospital. And of course, in Greece, nothing's on computer. And
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, are we going to be able to have this? And they said, oh, in 6 weeks. I'm like, 6 weeks? I leave in 6 days. So
But you
yeah.
got it.
I got it. Yeah. So
Good.
I
It
am
is important to have that.
a Capricorn with a Virgo rising and a Scorpio moon.
Virgo
So
rising.
whoop whoop. Oh wait. Oh, wrong way. Whoop. Oh no, still wrong. I don't. Okay, never mind. All right. Yes. All right.
Clap.
Trust me. Not only Greek. Nicole's like about that story mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Sen. On Lisa's link, there's a recorded message of how to read a chart free. Yep. Excellent.
Yes.
Hello, Kathy. You're welcome, Mary. And Gabriella, carispera.
Ooh,
Look
nice.
at the Greek people. Whoop,
I
whoop.
love it.
Abby says Virgo, Sun,
Virgo sun, Cancer moon. Aw.
and
Aquarius
Aquarius
rising. I
rising.
love Cancer moon. That's very sweet.
Very sweet. Yes.
That's a great placement. Yeah.
So, enhancing. Do
Enhancing.
we pay attention, like you said, present? Are we enhancing our intuition on a daily basis because we're being present?
Yes.
Yes. Are we
If you are, yes. Yes.
right? And if we're not present, can we still, this is the odd question, can we still enhance our sixth sense?
Well, I mean, I that's the foundation, so please don't skip that step.
Right. No.
But there's other things you can do. You can connect to your spirit by connecting to things that you love. Maybe connecting to the things that you loved when you were a child, because the young people who are really young, they're very connected to their spirit. Just watch a 2-year-old play, right? They are
Right.
very connected to their spirit. So you can remember things that you loved to do when you were young. You might even try doing some of them. Dress up, running around in the yard when it's windy. I remember that. I loved to like spin around in the yard when
Me
it was
too.
windy
Me too.
with my brothers and sisters. And so that's a good way, because that's, when you activate those wonderful feelings, your vibration rises up, and you connect with your spirit. So that's another way. So having fun, just fun in general, dance party.
Totally dance party. But when you say all these things, there is truth in that. That is about being present. You are present in the moment. You are living in the moment. You
Good
are
point.
honoring self in the moment. And
Mhm.
you're looking at the dance in the moment. When I was a kid, I did the wind thing and spun around. And sometimes I would be like, okay, now I'm moving the wind this way. Now I'm going to move it
Oh,
this way. Yeah.
fun. I love that.
Only child. So,
Yeah.
so it's being present and then being open, I think, too,
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
I am open to hearing,
Yeah.
seeing, feeling what I need to know for my highest good.
Yeah, being open, trusting that it's there, trusting have a knowing that it's there, or trust that it's there, believe.
Right.
Hang out with people who believe. Hang out with
That's true
people.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's important too. Like attracts like.
Yeah.
If I was to ask you like a good exercise to enhance our sixth sense, what would you say it would be?
Well, any of the things that we just talked about, like
Okay.
reliving something from when you were a child, um, having a dance party, playing outside, anything that you love. You can also do it by breathing.
Mm,
I mean, your breath is your spirit, right? So
totally.
so breathing. Um, your body is your receiver. Oh, you
No,
want
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to say your body is your receiver, right? That's how you receive intuition. And so taking care of your body, honoring your body, loving your body. Those are things you can do. There's a lot of things you can do. But those, like drinking plenty of water, making sure you're eating protein, clean whole foods, good diet, getting lots of rest, quiet time, moving, not just
Right.
sitting on the couch and thinking about connecting to your spirit, actually moving. Get that body moving.
And all these things, you guys, that Lisa is saying is about being present. And it's also
Mhm.
about grounding yourself. It's about, when you're present, you're in the moment, you're doing all these things. One thing I used to teach was, because some people are like, well, how do I, because we talk about the clairs, right? And
Mhm.
as you all know, this bad dad joke that I use, my favorite clair is the eclairs. So sorry, I had to, Lisa. I
But
just had
bump.
to. But but we have clairsentient, we have clairvoyant, we
Mhm.
have claircognizant, clairaudient, clairgustance, clairalliance, and
Ooh, I haven't heard of those.
oh yeah. So let's go over real quick. So clairaudient hearing,
Mhm.
claircognizant knowing,
Right.
clairvoyant seeing, clairsentient feeling, clairgustance tasting, clairalliance smelling.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I do
Okay.
mediumship, I get all of those. Like I will
Okay.
actually taste stuff. And I'm like, like
Yeah.
especially if it's cigarettes or bourbon or something, I'm like, what do
I've never
I'm
tasted,
tasting?
I don't think. Smelling,
Yeah,
I get the smelling,
yeah,
but
yeah.
not
And
tasting.
thank you very much. And here is
Oh,
yes,
that's so nice. Thank you, Priscilla.
yes.
Wow.
And again, the favorite Claire is the eclair with
Eclair.
with with
Can
custard
you taste it?
filling. Yes, and the oh my god, it's so good. Anyway, I digress. Um,
Um,
so here's something that let me go back. I get some of my answers in knowing that comes true in the shower. Yeah, because
okay.
water is
Water.
true is so known as a what am I trying to say? It's a
Well, it's
recipient.
very grounding for sure. Water
Right,
is.
right.
But it
It's a
is a way of, yeah,
it's a
conduit. Yeah.
conduit.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
there you go. Good,
Yeah.
good
Sitting in a
answer.
bath, like
Yes.
Epsom salt bath is well, so okay, let's talk about grounding
Okay.
because that's another good way. Like if you're not grounded, you're not going to receive intuition. If you're not grounded, you're probably stuck in your head. But I did a Facebook Live on that today. Like if you're upset about something, you were worrying a lot, overreacting to things, you're not grounded if that's happening. And so, what are some things you can do to get grounded? Just go outside. Just
Hmm.
go outside. But the Epsom salt bath, that's what made me think of it. That's a really good way to get grounded. But
All
being outside and connecting to nature,
and
hold a leaf.
earthing, guys. Take off your shoes and socks and
Yeah,
squish your feet in the ground.
I
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I love doing that. I have a friend
Um.
that does that every single morning.
Really,
She
that's
goes out her
awesome.
back door in her bare feet. Doesn't matter. She lives here. Doesn't matter if there's frost, snow. She goes out there and does that
I
in
love it.
in the grass.
Gina says, I was born near Rome. My mom does not remember the time.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah. Well, I would say find somebody who, there are people that can help you find your birth time. It's kind of like working backwards or reverse engineering something. So
Mm-hmm.
you probably know your day and your place maybe, but just not the time.
Right.
And when you get down to that level, it's that's your rising sign, and that's also your house placements. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
some detail that you would really like to have. So what these people do is knowing what those pieces mean. Like for instance, the 10th house, the house of career. The person's going to ask you a lot of questions, and then they kind of figure it out basically based on where how your life is going and how it and what you've been through and different ways that you are and things like that. So they have
I
a way of
think
doing it.
it's fascinating to me. It is so fascinating.
Yeah.
And that's so cool that you do it. Danielle, hello. Good to see you. Um, Thank
Hi,
you, Priscilla.
Danielle.
Let's go down to, oops, I don't want to miss anybody. Um, if we technically receive our intuition through our five senses, why is it called with sixth sense?
That's a really good question, Janelle. I love that question. So we actually receive some of our sixth sense, which is our intuition, right? Through our five senses. Those are ways that we can receive intuition, right? Because we can get goosebumps, we can hear a little whisper, um, feel like our hearts swelling. Those are kind of five sense sort of things, that gut feeling that you might get. And then also sixth sense is like you'll get that aha, or that opening of energy where you might have felt blocked before, like you were afraid to do something, and then all of a sudden you no longer, that's, or creativity. That's
Mm-hmm.
another, when you're feeling the flow of, I call it like channeling or downloads, where you just, I mean, sometimes I've created things where I'm like, I don't know how I did that. I have no
Yeah,
idea how I did that. And I see all that as sixth sense. I don't know
sure.
if you
Do you
see
get
that.
ringing in the ear at all?
My ears are ringing right now.
Okay.
They
So
ring
to
all the
me,
time.
that's a download. To me, it's like an angelic download when you get it.
Well,
Is it
when it
both?
first they call it tinnitus or something, and when
Right.
it first
Yep.
started happening to me, I almost went down the road of, oh my God, I have that thing but I decided it's just my connection to my guides, to my angels, and that's what it is. So whenever I notice it, I'm like, "Oh, hello."
Yep. There you go.
I get
There
a
you go.
clicking too. I have a clicking that happens in my ear. It's like tick, tick,
I
tick,
have a
tick, tick, tick.
clicking too.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Alan says, I like the eclair too. Me too.
Me too.
Hello, Stephanie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Hi,
So here's a
Stephanie.
thing, guys, to try. If you want to test out your sixth sense, is do something like this. You're sitting on your porch or wherever you are, and you're just going to guess the color of the car that goes by.
Oh,
Now,
that's fun.
just to guess. And here's the thing, guys. It doesn't mean if you're wrong, it's okay. You're not going to be
Right.
100% accurate. Like I say to people, I don't have all the answers. Only God and
Yeah.
Oprah. That's
And it
those are
and it takes
those are the two.
practice too, right? I mean, it takes practice. So since you're doing tips, I have one that's really fun. So I have this little
Yes.
bowl of little slips of paper, and each one has something different on it. This one says um, good rest.
Hmm.
This one says judgment. This one says my true self. I mean, they're all different things. And so what I do every now and then is I just pull one out and I put it in my hand and hold on to it and close my eyes, because I like see through my third eye, I see things. So
Yep.
I just close my eyes and I pay attention to all the things I see. And then when I'm done, I open it up and see how connected it is to what I saw.
I
It's
love
fun.
that.
That's a
I
really
do
fun little.
I do something like that. And I do this.
Oh yeah.
And then I
Pull
will
it.
pull it out and then I'll do kind of what you're doing. I'm like, okay, what am I see now? I see as well, but I'm like, what am I feeling? I'm feeling joy. I'm hearing birds chirp. Um, I'm feeling the love of the dogs. My hand's getting really hot. I am. I feel like I want to sing. I'm not going
This
to.
is a
Uh,
great exercise. I love it. And then you look at what it is. Gratitude, love it. And you have a lot of gratitude for the animals.
for the animals, and I don't know about gratitude for my singing, but so it all depends on who's listening. But that's I like that. That's a
Yeah,
really
that's a
good
good.
thing.
And oracle cards. Like I know you have Moonology. I have one called Ask Your Guides.
Oh, Sonia's, yeah, yeah,
I have a
I
couple of
love
hers.
it.
She has one that's called The Answer is Simple, and that's a really good one for just answering a question.
The answer is simple. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know
they're
that.
called The Answer. I don't have them in front of me. They're over on
But
my
she does. She
bookshelf.
does have a lot.
She
Um,
does. Yeah.
Abby says, I just started seeing colors through my third eye, but sometimes have a problem visualizing when doing guided meditation.
Don't give up.
Hmm.
That's my advice. Keep going, Abby, because I'm telling you, it just all of it takes practice. It
It
takes
does.
practice. And like you said before, what did you say? Being open to it. Is
Yeah.
that what you said? Yeah, just being open to it, trusting and being open to it. And we talked about this, I think, when we did our last live, was just everything is guidance. And what's so funny, I went back and listened to that, and you said the same thing when you talked to James and I on the podcast.
Oh, I did?
See everything as guidance, see everything as a sign, see everything as intuition. And that's the best way to do it, I believe. And then you'll start to really develop that muscle. It's almost like it's like a muscle that you're developing. And oh, that's a sign. I just saw whatever, a red bird, and I was just thinking of my mom, or and
Right.
that
Sure.
always symbolizes my mom or whatever. That's a sign. And
We
me
should.
with my robin with the worm in its mouth.
I know. So what everybody knows about me is my mom and robins, and they don't know about you with the robins. So go ahead and tell them about your sign.
Just
You just did, but
walking down the sidewalk and asking for a sign on something that I wasn't sure about, and I asked for a robin with a worm in its mouth, and a robin with a worm in its mouth within like less than 5 minutes ran in front of me on the sidewalk, ran right in front of me.
that's
It was crazy.
crazy.
And then for 2 weeks after that, I kept seeing robins with worms in their mouths, like over and over. And when I was having a picnic with my friend the other day, and this robin comes running towards us, and it has a worm in its mouth. We're sitting on the ground, and it's running towards us. And a bunny is coming towards us at the same time. And the bunny is her animal, like her spirit
Oh,
animal, or she
wow.
connect. And we sat and laughed and laughed and laughed because it was just so. We're like, is this really happening?
I just think nature is so amazing when we
Yeah.
listen,
Mhm.
and like you said, we have to be present. So Robin from the Animal Spirit Guide, Pocket Guide by Ted Anders, a
Yeah.
new spring is upon you. Trust in your new creative ideas. Stretch yourself into new areas. Your efforts will be rewarded.
Okay, what's funny about that is my question that I was asking my mom about asking for guidance it was related to turning my business more towards astrology, like just really
Hmm.
focusing on that. So that's funny that's what it's that's what it's
It's
about.
interesting. I know it's
Yeah.
interesting. Um, Hello, Yvonne. Good to see you. And
Hey, Yvonne.
shows life happens. Yep, that's so true.
Yep.
I love Robin's Me Too. Hi, Sarah. Good to
Yeah, I
see
love
you.
it. Hi, Sarah.
Uh, April, good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi,
Hello,
April.
Lauren. And let's
Hi,
see.
Lauren.
Danielle says, I get downloads, but they are so random and don't come in very often. It's out of the blue. Not when I'm trying or asking for a message, though I get signs whenever I ask for them, like an elephant. Just trying to figure out how to manage the messages. Interesting. Messages versus the
Versus
signs.
signs. Messages versus signs. Is there a difference? I don't know. I'm not sure I understand the question.
So I would say what you were going to say, Lisa, as well, is what is the difference, Danielle, for you? A, a difference between messages and signs. For me, and I'm guessing for Lisa as well, it kind of, to me, it means the same thing. When I'm asking for a message, to me, that is a sign, or a sign is a message. Like I,
Okay. So
or
when she
unless,
says sign, she means like when she sees a robin. That's
okay,
okay. I wasn't sure.
okay,
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I would
got
say,
it.
okay, here we go. Messages are words coming in versus me seeing the sign that I asked for. Yes. It's all guidance.
Right.
It's all guidance.
And think about it this way, Danielle, because sometimes, so when we're messages are words, are you seeing the word or are you looking to hear for the word? Because if you're seeing more, then maybe your clairvoyancy, that's showing up a little bit stronger than your clairaudient. So what you can say
Mhm.
is ask everybody upstairs that you're asking to hear more of the messages, if that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
Janelle wants to know the meaning of the worm. Let me look it up.
Look it up. But definitely asking for guidance is huge because our angels and our guides want to help us and they really can't unless we ask. So
Totally.
ask for guidance. I mean, they're there to help and they're doing things, little synchronicities, this and that. But if you really want help with something, ask for help and
I
you'll get it.
don't see worms in here, Janelle. So uh, you might want to look up what is the animal spirit guide meaning for
Yeah,
worm.
for worm. That's the internet's amazing. Just Google it.
Just Google it because I'm like, oh, a worm. Okay, so let's see. Message. Okay, yep. I'm hearing the messages, but those are rare. And yes, seeing is easier. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
And as you develop your connection, you get more of the clairs come out. I don't know if you've experienced that, Elias, but more
Yes.
things change. Like, mediumship is something that can grow in somebody who's never had it before. You can be like psychic and get, lots of good information and not experience mediumship until maybe later. And I know people that's happened to, or it just has developed. They're like, I didn't even know I could do that. And then suddenly it starts happening. So,
Lauren says, can you have more than one animal spirit guide?
of
Yes, you can, my
course.
dear. Yes, you can.
And it
Here's my,
changes.
it changes. Here's my thing. I know, and this is what I teach in my animal spirit guide workshop. We have three main ones that stay with us all the
Mm.
time. We have one in the center, one to our left, and one to our right. So I have a wolf, a cougar, and a hawk.
Wow. Those
Right.
are good, strong
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. And let me tell you, they do kick my butt when I need it.
Yeah.
So they have that, but also, and everybody loves this one. So when I need patience, and a lot of it, I will get an infestation of ants. Ant medicine is about patience.
Really?
Oh
That
my
makes
God, it
sense.
was
It kind of makes
horrible.
sense.
Horrible. I one time I was like half asleep and I was going into the kitchen for some water. I'm like, why is the tile moving?
Oh,
And I turned on the light and I saw yeah,
oh. So
not
then
fun.
then you know.
Yes. Hi, David. David says earthworm
Earthworm
spirit
spirit.
symbolizes intelligence and being able to use your capabilities. Oh,
Okay.
fascinating. And this is what it is, guys, with any of this. Remember, all this work, guys, is interpretation. So something that one teacher might say, another person might give you a whole different viewpoint.
Mhm.
What feels right for you?
For you.
And that's the important piece when we enhance our sixth sense.
Mhm.
What are you vibing to?
Yeah.
What is your, because again, we don't have all the answers. If something vibrates to you and you resonate with it, then take that with you.
Yep.
If it
I
doesn't, then
completely
don't.
agree with that. Yeah. And same with like dream interpretation. I've done a little, dabbled in that a little bit. And always with dream interpretation is go with what comes to you first, like the first thing that comes to you.
Yeah.
What does the meaning of a wolf have for you, or a dog? Because for some people, a dog might mean man's best friend, but other people, a dog might be something completely different because they're not connected to dogs. It's not,
Right.
they see it in a completely different way. So you have to take those symbols, and yes, you can ask people about it, but you have to go with what you know inside. And it's so true for even like intuition and getting guidance. It's all you. It's coming from you.
I love this story, and we'll go to some of the questions. I love the story of you telling about how, like, you follow Sonia Choquette. You've done a lot of her things. Can you tell everybody about when you went on stage?
Oh yeah, I was in Portland at a Hay House event and just sitting in the audience, and she called me up on stage, and she told me that I was a teacher, which, and this is again, like I knew it, but it helped hearing it from somebody like her.
Sure.
And she's like,
Sure.
"You belong up here." And she handed me the microphone and got off the stage and said, "Teach them." I was like, "Oh." But what she was talking about was following your heart and knowing in your heart what is best for you. And that's what she was teaching us about. And so she brought me up there and was kind of pulling that out of me, like, what is in your heart? And I was like, I want to be just like you. I want to be a spiritual teacher. And that was when she was like, "You got it," and handed me the microphone and got off stage. It was like, "Okay, teach them."
What did you talk about?
I actually told them a story about, I was really scared because I'd never been in front of that many people, but I told them a story about trusting guidance and trusting that your angels and your guides are there and asking for help. And so that morning, I told them a story about that morning. When I woke up, I laid in bed and said, I want to have an experience with Sonia where I look into her eyes and make a connection. And I was up there. She had her arm around me. I was looking in her eyes. I could see the clumps of mascara on her eyes. It was like better than I even expected, that I asked for. So I just told them that story. It's like, you can have anything you want. Just ask.
It's true. And it is totally about how do we manifest, and and you have to believe in it.
You have
really
to believe.
have to
That's
believe in
the
it.
key. You can't just try it. Oh, they're telling me, and like do these rituals. You always joke around about the woo woo, ha ha, like whatever I have to do to make things happen. It's not just that. You also have to believe. That's what makes it happen. So if it's not happening, check in and ask yourself, do I really believe that this can happen for me? And if you don't, then what I think, this is just my advice to you, is take a look at self-love and make sure that you really love yourself. Because if you don't believe you can have anything that the universe has available to you, which is anything, you don't love yourself.
Right.
If you don't believe that, you don't love. So work on self-love. And I'm still working on that. I work on self-love daily.
And it's a practice, guys. Did you ever see, everybody, and Lisa, did you ever see the movie Hello Again with Shelley Long?
I don't know. What you'd have to tell me a little bit.
She dies, and then her sister brings her back to life.
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, it's a really great comedy. Well, in there, the woman has a metaphysical store. It's her sister, and Shelley Long dies because she choked on a Korean chicken ball. Well, anyway, she's going to the graveyard, and she lights all these candles, and she's like, okay, she's like, Lucy, Wogo, Wenja. And then she's like, and she was like, I don't know. And she was like, giving up on it. And then she's got a rattle, and she's like, Sanctus Dominus Tuta Lucy, Wenja. Then this image of Shelley Long comes up, and then it fades away. She's like, wait, I got the Korean chicken ball. And then she really gets into it, and she like opens up her chest, and she's like, whatever she said, and she's like, Lucy, Winja. and then she comes alive, and I won't tell you what happens after that.
Yeah,
But
please don't. I think I'm going to check that one out.
go right. It's hysterical, but it's really about that belief. It's about that passion and that belief. All right, let's see what people are saying. I just love chatting with you, Lisa. I
Yeah, it's
really
fun.
do. Okay, let's go all the way down. Let's go all the way back up. Here we go. Okay. It feels like I'm a kid learning how to ride a bicycle. Still have the training wheels on and not sure what I'm doing, but it's been fun. Awesome, Danielle.
Oh, good.
I think that's great.
You got to have fun. That's one of the biggest, easiest ways. Well, gratitude's a big one too, to connect to your spirit is have some fun. You're
Nan
having fun,
says,
you're connected.
I think I get messages for people I don't know. How am I supposed to use those or know their validity? That's a good one.
Usually you have a sense of like, when I get something, I immediately think, and it might even be like a client I haven't worked with in a long time or a family member, but I immediately think of that person. And that's how I know it's for them. And then I text them.
Right. And here's the thing, guys. If you're getting messages for total complete strangers, and please know, I do love Teresa Caputo, but you know that when she's on that show, she just goes up to a total stranger. They're actually saying, Teresa Caputo is here. They're going to come up to you. And then that's all they say. Everything else is real. But, don't do what some other person did that has psychic diarrhea of the mouth and go, hi, blah, 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 blah. And I've done that a few times. And I'm like, oh, God, don't ever do that. Because it can be really
I'd be curious to
shocking.
see your whole chart, because one thing I learned through my chart was that there's something called gene keys. It's kind of related to astrology and sort of DNA studies that they've done. And one thing I've learned, and I think it's true for everybody, but about myself, is I need to be invited.
Yes.
Because I have the same issue. I'll just say what comes to mind. Yeah. But I've learned that it's not always welcome.
Yeah.
And I get excited about astrology. I'm constantly asking people, what's your birth? And I put it in and I start talking about it. And I've had people just like close up.
Yep.
They're not interested. So I wait for the invitation now. So definitely wait for the invitation.
And that's something I learned with massage school. I've always, when I was teaching, I used to say, okay, are you all right if I, bring the drape down? I'm going to undrape you now. Are you okay with that? I'm going to place my hands here. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
So, when I meet someone, I'm like, well, I have a very strong vibe. Are you open to receiving what I feel? And if they're not, they're not. And then I walk away. And then I talk it out, because if I hold it inside, it does something to my system.
Oh,
let's just say, oh yeah. Yeah, it does. It has
to. So then you go in the bathroom and talk to yourself.
Well, let's just say, Lisa, this is TMI for everyone. Let's just say that in the beginning, if I didn't say it, it would flush right out through me.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. Not fun.
Not good.
Not good. Karen says, as you grow, do your dream messages become clearer?
Well, yeah, I believe yes, they do. And also, if you want to get better at having more dreams that you remember, just have the intention to do that. Also, put a little notebook. I just saying this from experience. Put a little notebook next to your bed, and when you wake up, write down what you remember. And it builds. Then every day it builds and builds, and you start remembering your whole dream, and you have more of them. So I believe that answer is yes. The more you grow with your intuition, the more you dream. Definitely.
I would agree with you. Mary says, my main animal spirit is a wolf. My last name in Greek. So Lycos, that's how you pronounce her last name in Greek. Lycos means wolf. And Mary and Gabriella, you guys will be, and anybody who knows Greek will be interested in this. So there's a great saying. My aunt used to tell me this. And when she used to get upset or like, frustrated, she goes, Nasa Lycos, which in Greek means, may the wolf eat you. Well, it doesn't make sense in English, because one time I was like, my ex's kids, my first ex's kids. I was like, oh, and I was going to say it in English, in Greek, and I'm like, well, they're not going to understand that. I'm like, well, may the wolf eat you. And they looked at me, like, what? Okay, never mind. I go, trust me, it's better in Greek. Mary says, Colette Baron Reed told me many years ago that my purpose is to teach.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was told that through Sonia. Yeah. And do you know it in your heart, Mary? Like, do you feel it? Because I do. And
Yeah,
I get excited about teaching. I love sharing. I love learning and then sharing.
same here. And I was told the same thing. They're like, oh, you're going to teach, and oh, you're going to write 5 books. I'm like, I'm not a writer.
Look
So
what's happening.
what's happening, right? I saw it. Okay,
The
awesome.
movie. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it was good.
I'll check
Um,
it out.
so Sunny Dawn Johnson's formula: ask,
Ask,
allow,
allow,
believe,
believe,
receive.
receive.
So
Yeah.
true, so true. April
Yeah.
says I use visualizations and Reiki a lot for manifestation. Awesome.
Yep.
April then says, I get more of a feeling or sense sometimes, images. I don't usually get words. How do you receive?
I mean, for me, I see things, like I close my eyes and see images, but then I receive like thoughts,
Mhm.
like knowings, that kind of, because I'll see an image and be like, well, what does that mean? Because if I do a reading, like before I meet with a client, a lot of times I'll just sit and connect and get whatever I can get. And if I see an image and then I ask, what does this mean? And
Right.
then it's sort of like a thought or a knowing. Words, I guess words.
Right. And here's the important thing, and Lisa brings up a really good point, you guys. She asks, so when I do a reading for a client, whether it's coaching or an intuitive reading, I will say, this is what I'm seeing. Let's say a stop sign. And the stop sign for me means obviously to stop. What does it mean for you? What's the
Yeah.
interpretation for you? Because we'll go with something a little bit more abstract. So let's say, just because Mary's last name is Wolf, let's say that I see a wolf. For me, a wolf is about teaching. That's the animal spirit guide. What it means is teacher. But for
Mm.
someone else, they could be sly like a wolf. Well, to me, it means sly.
Mhm.
Okay, if that's what you take it as, then that's the interpretation.
Yeah.
Always say, this is what I'm seeing or sensing about it. Does that make sense to you? Does that resonate with you? Again, we go back to that resonating piece.
Yes.
Um, Amy says, had my brother not met you and you let him know the energy you were feeling, I would never know you. For that, I'm thankful. Awesome. Thanks.
Aw,
Thanks,
that's
Amy.
nice.
Amy says, for me, I get bad vibes from someone. I don't want to hear a message. If I feel good about them, I'm open. Oh, if I
Mm.
get bad vibes from someone, I don't want to hear
Yeah.
a message. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can always say that I'm not open to X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Sorry, I tuned in a tad late. Lisa, do you do charts?
Yes, I do.
And there you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Higherwisdomastrology.com. That's my website.
Awesome,
But
awesome.
tonight I'm giving something away at the end.
So beware, guys. If your name isn't on here, then I can't scroll and stop. So make sure that you're on here. Make sure your name is on here. Sometimes I feel like I'm just on the same energy vibration for people that I don't know, like energy information highway, so to speak. Not necessarily for me to share, just happen to be on the same road, if that makes sense. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it
And you
does.
can. Um, why did I want to sing like Aretha Franklin? I'm on in a pink Cadillac. Is that it? I'm
Oh,
on
yeah.
a
Is that
freeway.
it?
I'm on a
Yeah.
free, yeah, something. I don't know. Okay. At night, send yourself a text message of your dreams, speech to text.
Oh, yeah, you could do that to document what you're
Mm,
yeah. You
yeah,
shouldn't sleep
that's
with your
cool.
phone next to you though.
Yeah.
That's just
Mary says yes.
that's just me.
I wish someone would tell me what I'm good at. Michelle, I'm sure you're good at whatever you want to be good at. What would you
Tell
like to be
yourself
good at?
tell
Yeah.
yourself that, because the self-love thing is so important. I listened to Marie Manuchehri, her radio show, and it's on Thursdays. And this Thursday she was talking to somebody about self-love. And she said, talk to yourself every day and say, sweetie, I love you. I adore you. You're amazing and wonderful. Do that every day
And
and feel it.
those I am statements are so important, you guys.
Yeah.
Remember, the I is the intention, the A is the I is the intention, the A is the action, and the M is the manifestation. I
Mm.
am.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
like
it is good. Okay. Nicole, I am here. Thank you, Nicole. I know that you're here. Uh, you're welcome, Teresa. I'm over
Tracy.
here now. Okay, Karen, hello. So, guys, I hope, this part about enhancing, I think if you are watching us and even watching the replay, all of you are intuitive, every single one of
Yep.
you. Enhancing is ask for it. This is what Lisa was talking about. Lisa was saying ask for it, to be present, to ask and see what you receive. I am open to receiving what I need for my highest good. It's that simple. We tend to complicate things. We tend to I want the chair to move this way and I only want a padded chair and it has to be yellow. If it's not yellow, it's not a sign, it's not a message, not. So
Yeah.
you have to be open. So
Yeah.
before we run out of time, do you want to tell them, Lisa, a little bit about what you're giving away?
Well, I would like to give away it's a mini reading. It's called Progressed Moon. You'll see that it is something I offer on my website. Your progressed moon is like a 2.5 year cycle.
Hmm.
So, and it kind of like changes the way your life looks or your world looks kind of through a set of glasses. For it's like cycles that you go through every 2.5 years. And so I'm going to offer that to
Okay.
whoever wins.
Okay. I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I didn't answer. I just scrolled up. Well, I have the winner, so I'm going to go back to this. But Kathy asked a really quick question. Do either of you get a tightness on your temples?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I do for
I don't think
intuition.
so either.
But it doesn't mean that it's not something that, remember what we said, everything is a message.
Yes.
So if you're feeling tightness in your temples, because our bodies, remember I said our bodies is our receiver. And so if you're feeling something through your body, then pay attention because it's telling you. It's like your best friend. It is telling you what is going on, which is why we have issues like stomach problems and heart problems and cancers and all of that. It's our bodies telling us, talking to us. And so that intuition might just be something, that you need to work on, like might be related to a bad relationship that you have, or, whatever, you're stuck in a job that you can't stand, but you're
Right.
going to feel it. You're going to feel it in your body. So
Right.
pay
All right.
attention.
Ready? You ready to write down the winner? Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
Got my little
dun.
pad.
So you have, this is for your mini session with Lisa, and the winner is Danielle.
Danielle. Oh, yay. Congratulations. How do I get
Congratulations.
a hold of her? Because we need to exchange information.
So Danielle, if you wanna, you have my info, so you can message me and I'll give it to Lisa. How does
Yeah, I
that
just
sound?
need your email address so that we can communicate.
Or I could just give Lisa your email address because I think I have your email address.
Oh, you have it. Okay. That
Yeah.
would be great. I just need her email. And then I'll just email her and we'll
Okay.
go from there.
Now I am going to, let's see, let me scroll all the way to the top because I want to make this, well, let me go all the way to the bottom, make sure we don't have any, oh, Danielle says, yay.
Yay.
Okay. And April says, what a cool gift. And Gabriella, thank you both. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay.
It's been
Now remember,
fun.
you guys, you have to be on, oops, hang on. Where are you? Oops, I thought I would, okay, there we go. Clicking. Okay. Let me go all the way to the bottom. There we go. All the way to the top. Not looking, scrolling, 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 and stop. Oh, okay. Mary. Congratulations, Mary. You get the following. You get this beautiful. No, you don't get that. So hang on one second. Mary, you get 2 15-minute readings with me. And what you get is a 15-minute reading for yourself, and then a 15-minute reading for somebody else. So if you really wanted that half an hour, you can get that half an hour. But it's 15 minutes for you and 15 minutes for somebody else.
Yeah, what a fun
You're,
gift that she can give to somebody.
you can give somebody.
Yeah.
So Mary, just message me, tell me that you were the 2 15-minute winner. And I'll just tell you this because it's Elias@eliaspatrick.com. And congratulations. Now, guys, before you leave, and everyone's saying congratulations, congrats, awesome, congrats, awesome, awesome. Couple things. Now, on next Wednesday, I'm just bringing you all these new people, everybody. My friend Amy Reeves is going to be on. And remember, it's about enhancing. She is a job coach.
Ooh.
So she's going to be talking about enhancing your career. That's Wednesday on the 21st.
Love that.
And then on the 23rd, guys, it's going to be a crazy day for me because that's my moving everything into the U-Haul pod
Yikes.
thing. But I will be on because I have to keep my computer. So I will be on at our normal time. I may have a mystery guest. So stay tuned for that.
And the background will be different because
And the background will be
all your stuff will be gone.
Completely different. So mom and dad won't be up here. The sprays won't be up here. My book won't be up there. All of this will be hopefully packed
in a box.
In a box, several boxes. So April says, thank you, Lisa and Elias. I'm so happy I was able to join Learn and Grow this evening.
Yay.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Our thoughts will be with you. Thank you. I really need it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. And you're welcome. Thank you, Sue. And Lisa, thank you for spending the time with us. Totally. Thank you. Thank
Anytime.
You. And can you see you tomorrow?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you. This was wonderful. You're welcome. And here you go once again. Okay. Patrice, what's tomorrow? Am I missing something?
I was wondering too. I was like, seeing you tomorrow, not me.
I'm like,
I can't do it.
Remind me, Patrice, because I am. I just had, for those of you that don't know, and I don't care because everybody knows I'm an open book. I had an endoscope yesterday, and it was a little crazy. But here's the thing, as before we leave, just so everybody needs to know. So this is why you trust your intuition. So the nurse came in and tried here, as you can see, tried there, and didn't work. Then she tried there, that didn't work. Then she tried here, it didn't work. Then she had to get another nurse that came in.
Wow.
The other nurse came in and ready, wait for it.
I see, yeah.
There it is, right there. Look at that. So that's where she tried, didn't work. I kept on hearing top of left hand, top of left hand, top of left hand.
That's what worked.
She tried another spot, and then another nurse came in and tried another spot.
Why didn't you tell him?
Well, because I was like, and I said, can you please try the top of the left hand? That's where they did it in Chicago. You might want to try there. I don't know. Like that. Yep. Yes, Inner Collective tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yes. And peace. Oh, yes. Oh, good. Yes. Tomorrow, for those of you, thanks. Tomorrow, for those of you that are in the Clinton, Iowa area, I will be at Peaceful River Creations. I'll be doing readings in the morning, and then I'm doing Manifesting Your Desires workshop in the afternoon. So come and see me. If you wanted a tan, you could come visit me. Thank you. I would love to go to Hawaii. All right.
Would too.
As always, we are here to connect. When we connect, we grow. And when we grow, we educate one another. From my heart to yours, thank you guys for watching. Lisa, thank you.
Love you guys.
Can you wait 1 second?
Sure.
Okay. Guys, have a beautiful night and see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.